This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Freshly, chef-cooked healthy meals delivered to your door. Save $40 off the 6-meal plan for first-time users with code MMA639. J&P Cycles, the best aftermarket parts and accessories for your motorcycle. Save up to 30% off with code MMAN. Trendy Butler, an exclusive and diverse men's apparel subscription service. Get 15% off your first box with code MMA15. Loot Crate, geek out with awesome gear delivered to you every month. Get 10% off with code MMA10. Defense Soap, the ultimate soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes with the new peppermint oil bars and shower gel. Use code MMA Nuts for 15% off. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 360.
360!
My name's Ego Weigel.
Back with the MMA show by my fans, for my fans. We walk the line between serious and ridiculous. What's happening, master of disaster?
Nothing. Life is happening, Matt.
It's coming at you at breakneck speed.
It is. Shit's, you know, I find that in the fall season, transition to winter, shit just gets crazy. Everyone's losing their mind. Christmas is upon us. They got Christmas decorations out. Thanksgiving's coming up. We don't even have that yet. And people are going crazy in the stores.
Yeah.
The time change is dark. I have a dark place, Matt. I'm about to visit my dark place.
The video game, The Fractured Butthole. As the difficulty scales in the game, you go from white to black.
That's right. Only below the waist.
Yes. That's what it should be.
Right?
Wasn't that was that Conan game, right? Remember?
It was. Huh. I remember this.
When you changed your person to black,
their
dick got huge.
Yeah, that's right. That game
that's racist.
I think that game is still around.
That wasn't the original one.
Conan the Barbarian or something like that for the PC.
They're trying to make it all cool. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we had a UFC event this week.
I missed it. Sorry.
Let me just start by saying I don't like Paul Felder as an announcer. Not good.
It's no bueno?
Not good. We had Clay Guida getting a devastating KO win over Joe Lauzon.
So sad.
A left hook, overhand right, and he clips him with an uppercut and just cranks out Joe. We had that one. Then we had this fucking guy. Arlovski was on a 5-fight losing streak. He gets a win over Albini. This guy's wearing a fucking diaper. This is what he looked like. He tucked his uniform in.
Why?
I don't know. So I said, who wears it better? Baby Huey or Albini from the UFC?
Weird. And he looks like
he's very doughy.
Doughy, yeah.
He was 6'3", 265.5.
Wow.
Arlovski gets a decision win over him.
A decision only? Wow.
Well, Arlovski was the underdog going in that fight.
Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. Matt Brown KO'd Diego Sanchez with a fucking devastating elbow that you couldn't initially see because they fucked up the broadcast. Went to some press conference and you had to see the instant replay. Matt Brown catches the kick, jams Diego in the cage, face fucks him with his left hand, drops an overhand elbow, like kind of in the back of the head, crumples Sanchez.
Yep. Who's taken his fair share of punishment in the last few years.
And I don't know, Matt Brown was borderline on retiring. He might retire after this
I was going to say he should be done now, no?
I don't know, but I was going to ask you about Diego Sanchez because, he's fighting at 170.
Dude, he's in like Bigfoot Silva territory already. How much damage has that dude taken to the dome? His whole thing back even 5 years ago was all damage. He had wars. Every fight he's in is a war, man. Remember, was it BJ Penn who opened up like a crater on the side of his head?
That's when BJ decides to throw the one head kick ever, lands it. It
was in the 4th round.
Slices him.
I was just talking to somebody today, as a matter of fact, about meeting BJ and how, like, wow, you're so small. It's a weird thing.
Like a mini-me.
That's right, a tiny little guy. But yeah, Diego should, I mean, I understand he's Mexican.
He's a warrior!
He's a warrior. He's like the yes man. And somebody's got to like tell him that it's not good for his health. It's not good for his health.
It's not.
No. I don't see that.
I have to circle back on that one. Greg Jackson. And then we had Dustin Poirier versus Anthony Pettis, which pretty good scrap. Pettis ends up getting bloody at some point. They're grappling, and Pettis is on bottom trying to throw up triangles and shit. It's not working. There's blood. Poirier's slipping out. And at some point, Poirier is on top, and Pettis has to tap. And it was like a phantom tap because I think he had a rib injury. I couldn't really tell where it came from. But again, here's Pettis. He was competitive. Wasn't 100% blowout, but still not getting a win. What are we doing? What's that guy doing?
It's weird because he was so dominant for a while.
Yeah,
and then
he's reminiscent of Johnny Hendricks.
You're reading my mind. I was about to say that. It's something is different, and I don't know what it is.
The water in Milwaukee.
The water. Maybe it was all that turmoil he had with his car getting blown up or
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's best. I don't know. It's strange to me because he was on a tear for a while, and then it just abruptly ended right around the time USADA showed up.
Weird how that shit works. A lot of fighters. Very marked difference in their performances.
So that begs the question for me to you is PEDs, they say, okay, you still got to do the work, but is it for some people that it's such a huge boost that it allows them to be more competitive than they ever would be without it?
Yeah, because I think, I forgot who was saying it. I think one of the fighters was saying there, the confidence level, you're on the shit too. So I think you carry in a level of confidence coming into that fight that you probably don't have. And then think about if you're on it, and you're rolling and rolling, and then you have to come off it. Like, oh shit, I don't have my magic sauce. I mean, you're still carrying some of the effects into the fight. Yeah. I mean, you do it a couple times, you're still going to carry the effects, but I think for some guys, it made the difference between
the mental thing,
good to great.
It's like going into a fight, like a sword fight, with wearing armor versus not. You feel more like, hey, I can do this, versus you're just standing there naked.
Yeah, and I think some guys are still on shit, and they're just using better shit.
Probably. I think.
Cheers, please.
Well, if we're talking about sports, and we had talked about this years ago with the return is so much higher than the punishment.
Well, I don't know. The punishment's real stiff now, depending upon if they actually enforce anything.
Speaking of stiff punishment,
2-year, 4-year, but I mean that remains to be seen, right? Did you hear what Joe Rogan was saying about Jon Jones?
No.
He was saying the rumor is, I guess, that whatever Jon tested positive for the steroid, they were saying it could be found in creatine. And the creatine is sometimes put in cocaine that they use to chop it up a little to put the creatine in to make it a little bit watered down so it looks like you're getting more coke than not. So he potentially could have snorted cocaine that was cut with creatine that had steroids in it, and that's how he failed his drug test.
Whoa.
That was what he said.
That's a mind fuck.
Yeah. It sounds legit because of the timing of everything, right?
It goes back to the question, though. So he's going to get off because he was snorting cocaine that was
can you use that as
laced with testosterone.
Well, with steroids from the creatine, I don't know how you test that because you'd have to get the coke. But
oh my God, we have no morals anymore. It's like, oh, we didn't know we were just doing some blowjobs.
He's doing blow.
It's all good. Sorry.
Is that a problem?
Our bad, And does that absorb through the nostrils? I don't know.
Well, let's explain it. But I mean, he could just, at this point, just grab a creatine if that's where we're finding it.
Shove it
Say
up
he
his
took
ass.
that, test that, and back in there.
It's crazy to me. But since we're talking about testing, Silva just got a little Anderson Silva.
Yeah, so they didn't say what he tested positive for, did they? They just said a potential.
I tried to find it, and no one's really made it clear, but he's been flagged. So
yeah, this is the second time, and that's a problem. Because what did he get the first time? Was it
dick pills?
I know, but how? Do you remember how long that suspension
I thought it was 18 months or something like that.
Year and a half. So he's he's done as a fighter, unfortunately. You're looking at 2 minimum, 4. He's 40 plus. Again, I don't care. Well, the other challenge is this pulls him from the fight. Do you want to go deeper on Anderson, or do you want to move on to Bisping? Because, what the potential from this fight is that Anderson Silva's out with his fight with Kelvin Gastulem, and now fucking Michael Bisping's stepping in on, 3 weeks notice?
Yes.
I mean, from when he last fought to when he's going to fight now.
And he was supposed to have 30 days of no contact or any sort, like bed rest type stuff.
Did he win that fight?
No, he got his face got destroyed in that fight. I'm trying to understand how it's okay for him to go into a fight like 3 weeks after getting his dome just destroyed by GSP. I mean, his face was fucked up. So how does he go and fight?
Yeah, it was left hook, get to the ground, ground and pound, roll, give up my back, get choked unconscious. Hey, I'm good to go. And from a company that won't let Mark Hunt fight because they're claiming, oh, we gotta look out for the fighter and fighter safety, to, who was it, fucking Mark Ratner, and you guys should probably listen to that. He was on, where was it at, Capitol Hill? He was in front of Congress testifying for the Ali Act to transfer over to MMA. They were grilling this motherfucker. It was great. And Couture had a lot of nice things to say. Ratner was there. He's like, oh, I'm just here for fighter safety and this and that. I don't know all these things that you're asking me. Like, just shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. So, back to fighter safety at the UFC. I mean, I'm fine with letting Bisping fight. Fuck it. Yeah, let that guy fight.
Against Kelvin, though?
That's a hell of a fight.
It is. Kelvin's got a lot of power.
Fight.
I mean,
Bisping does his best on short notice.
He does. I'm curious what his motivation is to take this fight. Are they paying him a lot?
I don't know. Probably.
Is there...
Because you need to... If you just lost Anderson Silva, and that card was so thin as it is, you need to replace Anderson with the next best thing. You have a former middleweight champion.
Who beat Anderson Silva?
Yeah. Well, on paper, but I mean, if you look at his face again, it was fucked up.
Sure.
So
scoreboard.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess you sell the fight. I mean, I don't know if there's not anybody else available, but from a fighter safety fight, I joke around and say, yeah, let him fight. You can't let him fucking fight.
No, he just got...
It's just like, who's sanctioning this? What? I think it's happening in Singapore or some other country, and that's probably how they're getting away with it. But you can't say you're for fighter safety and then let this guy fight twice in three weeks or whatever it is.
It wasn't like him and GSP had a sparring session. I mean, that was a fight.
Right. He's got fucked up in that fight.
I think he has a... Didn't he have a cut?
He was probably more knocked out than choked out at that point, too.
Exactly. Huh.
Shit.
Mike's pretty crazy. He's a gamer.
He is.
Still got that fucked up eye, too.
I'm sure it'll all work out for that guy.
Yeah. He'll be putting oil in it and in his eye and his ass. And his nose.
Fine. Let's talk about Conor McGregor.
Oh, I heard he went a little crazy.
So, Bellator, they probably had the most press they ever got for an event. Bellator 187. Conor McGregor's there. It's in Dublin, Ireland. He's supporting his teammate. I think his name is Charlie Ward. I don't know exactly. Doesn't really matter. And his teammate wins. Conor is super excited, possibly coked up. Jumps over the cage. Goes to celebrate with his buddy, the ref, Mark Goddard. Comes over, separates them. Conor shoves Goddard. Then he runs across the cage and pushes Goddard again. They get Conor out of the fucking cage. Conor goes up on the cage, ends up slapping an official in the process, and then they finally get him out of there. And the president of the Association of Boxing Commissions and Combative Sports, Mike Mazzulli, he was the lead regulator at that fight, and he called that assault, which was interesting.
Conor?
By Conor.
Oh, wow.
You're in fucking Dublin, Ireland. But anyway, so what's going to happen to Conor as, like, what are the repercussions for him?
Slap on the wrist, $50,000 fine.
You think he's going to get anything?
Yeah, he won't pay that. He'll probably pay 10 grand.
Any suspension?
Nope.
I don't think he gets anything.
No.
You're in Dublin, Ireland. I think they're just going to wash their hands. I don't think you're going to do anything to a guy. If it's any other fighter, though, what happens? Because technically, he's not even a corner man. He's just a fan at that point. What if a fan jumps in?
They kill him.
They're arrested. But if it's the biggest star at MMA,
nothing happens.
Not a fucking thing's going to happen. I think the other people, the guy that got slapped, he's going to get fined.
He's going to have to say
that guy's suspended.
I'm sorry.
Like, why'd you get in the way of Conor?
Yeah.
Conor's just swatting at air. You put your face in the way. Goddard, why are you letting yourself get pushed? Conor's just shoving air. You fucked up.
That's a good point.
So, I don't think anything's going to happen to that. I think Conor was coked up out of his mind, though, And the concern is, I wonder where he's going to end up, because I don't feel like this is going to end well. I feel like we're going down a Jon Jones path, because this isn't the first time he's been super excited on the side of the cage.
Got that money now.
Got the fuck you money. He doesn't need to do anything. Except hookers and blow. All day, all night, all day.
Yes. Doing blow out of a hooker's ass.
Is there any other way?
I don't know. Out of her belly
What do
button?
you got over there? Trying to bring some stuff in.
I didn't want to derail your... Yes, I want to talk about Defenso for a second. Longtime sponsor, longtime friend, American-based company, shipping worldwide, coming up with new products all the time. This is one of my favorite things they've ever made. I've been using their regular soap for a long time, but this is the added peppermint oil version of their gel. This is like shower gel and bars, and I think they got a couple other versions of this stuff. It smells awesome. It's like I take showers with this, and then 3-4 hours later, I'm like, man, I still smell like peppermint oil. This is nice. It smells good. It smells delicious. I like smelling like a mint, pepperminty kind of thing.
Gluten-free.
Is it really?
I don't know.
It probably is. Don't drink it, though.
I put it in my mouth.
Don't drink it. No.
It goes in every orifice.
You did.
It should be clean.
Clean your ass. Especially, listen, if you're in any kind of sport where you have contact with other human beings, there's a good chance you have germs.
Literally every sport.
Pretty much. Well, not tennis or golf.
You're in contact with people. Someone touches the ball. You touch the ball.
Oh.
You touch your own balls.
Ball in your ass, and then...
What do you do on the weekends again?
I get crazy, man. I get crazy.
I get crazy. I hang out with little people.
That's right. But let me just say, yes, this will take care of the germs, keeps you safe. And I think what's cool about the Defenso product, besides the fact that it's American made, it's a blue collar company, is that a lot of soaps will dry you out, especially in this time of year in the winter, where this is natural and it doesn't do that. It doesn't give me flaky skin or anything. So whether you like bars or you want to use the loofah, are you a loofah guy?
I use whatever's in there.
Okay.
You think it's gay? You got a problem with the gays.
I got a loofah too. I got 2 of them.
All right.
I like both. I use them both, depending. But anyways, Defenso.
You can save 15% off with code MMA Nuts.
Thank you.
Hey, Johnny Hendricks lost to Paulo Costa at UFC 217. Remember that guy? Looked like he was juiced out of his mind.
Was he?
Well, no, he wasn't. But Derek Brunson tweeted out, he said, "Look at Steroid Boy a year ago. You have my promise. We'll kick your arse if my title path detours. Easy money. You're a fraud." So he posted a picture of what that guy looked like a year ago. That's what his body looked like a year ago. And remember what he looked like?
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Yeah. 1 year from that to this.
Did he come down 2 weight classes?
Oh, I don't know.
What kind of?
I'm just saying.
How can I get on this program?
Just saying. Drug free.
I need to get on that program.
Drug free.
That sounds like a good program.
Yeah.
He went from like dad bod to freaking Overeem.
Yeah. Ubereem. Yeah.
Ubereem, exactly.
And then Hendricks, his UFC 217 loss was the last on his contract. What's next for him?
Bellator!
Damn right. I hear they're having a tournament, no?
He's going to get in a heavyweight tournament?
Fuck yeah! Super alternate. Yeah, we were talking about that, a couple weeks ago. A heavyweight tournament for Bellator, right?
We were, two weeks ago.
They officially announced it?
They did.
Who do we got?
We got the Fedor, the Mirror, the Rampage, the Sonnen. We got, who else?
King Mo, Ryan Bader.
Mitrione.
Roy Nelson.
And
that's everybody.
That's all
8-man tournament.
Yes, sir.
And Rory McDonald said he would be a replacement if someone gets fucked up.
At heavyweight. That's so insane. You know what? I think he could win.
He could too.
There's a good chance for him.
Like, out of all the guys, he is the most skilled at this point in their career.
I like it. The last time the Strikeforce thing, it took 2 years, didn't it? It took a while.
I don't know. People got injured. Cormier had to step in. Cormier
that was good stuff. So I'm hoping that they do it right this time and they get it done a little quicker. But that was exciting business. Remember when they put them all out and they lined them all up and they showed them to us?
Especially in Bellator, because minimal drug testing, I think that's what we forget sometimes about how important that is. And now we're going to see, because even Frank Mir said, I can get back on the shit.
He said that? Is he supposed to say
that? Meaning, I think he was talking more about like testosterone replacement therapy. Remember, testing is lax over in Bellators. I love it. I love it.
So who do you think is going to win that tournament for real?
Matt Mitrione. That's what we were saying before.
I agree with you. It's got to be Mitrione.
Youth is great because you look at everybody else. Mir, Roy Nelson, Fedor, and then the light heavyweights. I don't see them being successful against the heavyweights.
No.
King Mo, Rampage, Ryan Bader.
Maybe Chael if he can get the takedown.
He's the last guy, but
right matchup, you know.
On the feet, he's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
By pretty much all those guys. I'd like to see Rampage and Sonnen. And Frank Mir seems to think his first fight is going to be against Fedor. He thinks that's going to be his bracket. So I don't know if they're going to do Fedor or Mir. I would do Sonnen Rampage. Who am I putting Mitrione?
Who are you going to put him up against?
Might have him fight Bader. It's like a weird matchup. I might like that one. Take out the young gun right away.
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like him against King Mo, actually.
Mitrione?
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
I think you get a stand-up battle. That'd be interesting. But, you know,
King Mo's going to try to take it down.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know. He likes to box a little bit. But, this is interesting.
I'm surprised Tito isn't in this.
Oh, he's probably got a cracked skull.
He can't come out of retirement?
No. Not
that I want to see him fight, but I just feel... Because you have him and Sonnen still have the bad blood, right? Sonnen,
there you go. You
the goofing on Tito. You just don't get it. We're trying to sell the fight. Tito takes his shit personal.
He does.
That's why I feel great.
He's not that smart. I think that's part of the problem. Tito, that
well,
is.
how much CTE does that guy?
A lot.
You want to talk about CTE? I think they just put another article out talking about Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah. Oh, the tight end.
Yeah, he was dead at 27. They said he had the worst CTE of anyone his age.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah.
Well, I have something to say.
Good.
The Cro Cop returning
yeah?
December 31st at Ryzen against Tsuyoshi Kosaka at the World Grand Prix final in Saitama, Japan. Which means, once again...
Wild Boys!
Yes, and...
What?
I do not believe they drug test in Japan.
No. Did you remember all the pictures we saw of Cro Cop like, mowing the lawn?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's in a goddamn strongman competition.
That's right. That's what you need. You need to get like your extra high dose and just next summer, just be out on your lawn, just in Speedos.
Well, I'm going to be kettlebelling in my underwear.
There you go.
The front lawn.
Speedos.
Like, what is that guy
Thong
doing?
Speedos. And then you have to have like you have to have the whitest white self. You can't be tan, and just be oiled up.
Just let all the chest hair grow. Just I won't even shave anything for a good 3 months.
Just be out on your lawn. Just be like, don't give a fuck. You have to wear like Converse high tops and Speedos.
I need a tracksuit that's a breakaway stripper suit. Fucking Adidas.
There you go.
That's
funny.
I'm ready.
You ready for that?
Fuck yeah.
He's gonna do it.
What else we got? We got a lot going on. Let's talk about. Apparently, Frankie Edgar is out of his fight against Max Holloway at UFC 218.
Shocking.
I don't know what happened there. Jose Aldo is stepping in on short notice.
Wow.
And he tweeted out something in Portuguese saying, "It is what it is." Boy, does that guy know how to sell a fight or what?
He does. Hey, Sara.
Yeah. So that one. What else at 290? Oh, Dominic Cruz out of UFC 219 fight. He's got a broken arm.
Ouch.
The guy cannot fucking get away from the injury bug. Cyborg versus Holly Holm fight is dead.
Why?
Contract. UFC 219. That fight not happening. What else? Tyron Woodley is talking about going up to 185 to fight GSP. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know, I talked to somebody about this fight, and there's quite a few people who think that Woodley will take GSP because of his explosive speed and his power. But at 185, I like GSP's chances more.
Ooh, I like it at 170 more.
Do you?
Yeah, because I feel at 185 he was a step slow.
But he's more power.
And let's talk about GSP because there's a really good explanation from John Danaher about GSP's fight camp problems and his weight cut.
So
here's what he had to say. This is a little long, so just stick with me. He said, Experiment with mixed results. The victory by welterweight George St. Pierre at middleweight to gain a New World title was a bold experiment with a truly great result, but was not without its problems. The fundamental problem was always going to be size. Mr. St. Pierre always walked around into the octagon around 189 pounds on fight night throughout his career. This made him a very average-sized welterweight. In order to move up to middleweight, Mr. St. Pierre took on a nutritional program designed to facilitate weight gain and hold weight during the rigors of a full fight camp. The result was a disaster. 2 weeks into camp, he developed severe stomach pains and vomiting. Initially, it was suspected that he had an illness, but all tests came back negative. The situation deteriorated to the point that for 2 weeks of a 6-week camp, there was no training at all. At a critical point, we gave him a 2-day window to either get back in the gym or call off the fight. The first grappling workout he vomited heavily prior to the workout and then went to work. The next day, he had the worst standing sparring session I have ever seen him have. Finally, the stomach issue resolved itself to a degree where he could train satisfactorily, and workouts improved dramatically, though the vomiting continued all the way up to the day of the fight. He was eating so much more than usual in an attempt to keep weight on and stay close to 200 pounds. When we went through the final weight cut, the big question was, would he return to his bigger size? The answer was a resounding no. On fight night, he weighed in at 190.5, almost identical to his usual fight weight as a welterweight. The great effort to increase size just didn't work out, and Mr. St. Pierre went in to win the title as a mid-sized welterweight. It seems his body just finds a comfort zone around 190 pounds for fighting after a weight cut, and no amount of work to change that has any effect. It's one thing to gain weight, it's another to do so through a fight camp culminating in a weight cut and then regain the weight. It seems his body has an optimal weight for athletic performance which cannot be drastically changed. Whew. It was a mouthful.
It was. You did well. Thank you.
So
Danaher is like Mr. Smart Man.
Yeah.
The guy's smarter than like 5 of us put together. So
that's
whatever.
right.
I understand what he's saying. It makes sense to me. But they tried to go against nature, basically.
Yeah.
They tried to force this man who's been at a specific weight to keep weight on, but his body was like, no, like I don't, you know. And the whole throwing up thing, you think they'd throw this thing out at some point and be like, okay, let's just let him fight at 189. You know, this is not worth all the effort. I don't. What are they feeding him? Is he eating like a cow before he works out?
Cock?
It doesn't make sense. I mean, I've eaten a lot, and if you're gonna eat a lot and still work out, I think that's okay. But I mean, I just don't get it why he's puking. I guess I don't know. It's weird.
He might be pregnant. Could be like a morning sickness.
Well, good morning.
I don't know. It just. Well, I'm thinking back to. Remember, there was a time that when GSP wanted to fight Anderson Silva, and it was always like, oh, if I do it, it's gonna take me a year, and blah blah blah. And then we never got that fight, and now. Isn't it weird that now he holds the title in the same weight class that Anderson Silva once held the title?
Right.
Talk about a difference in champions. Here's Anderson Silva, who many consider the GOAT, who's now tested positive for something twice, which some people will say taint. And then you have the GSP, who's Mr. Clean Cut, couple losses on his record, Johnny Humble, potentially the GOAT. Potentially. I mean, I'll even look at the pound for pound list right now. Let's list this one out. This is retarded, but anyway, you have Mighty Mouse at number 1, Conor McGregor number 2, GSP number 3, Max Holloway at number 4, and Daniel Cormier at number 5. What do you think about that?
It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it at all. I don't think Mighty Mouse should be at the top.
No, does not exist.
No. We shouldn't even.
Where's Jon Jones? Just because he tests positive does not mean he doesn't exist.
Yes, it does. Hookers and blow, Matt.
No. Yes. But he's still number 1. God damn it. I hate to put GSP at number 2, but I could argue it. And I think Cormier is 3.
Yeah, Cormier at that high at 3, huh?
Yeah, because he should be fighting at fucking heavyweight. Make that fight against Stipe, for fuck's sake. They're talking about him and Vulcan something or other at light heavyweight. Yeah, no one's going to watch that. Max Holloway? Come on. pound for pound number 4?
Yep.
Nope.
No?
No, I don't see it. I don't see it, Ingo. What else you got for news?
Nothing.
Wow. Just nothing? All right, I'll go right through.
No, I went through my few articles I brought.
Man, my eyesight is fucking going. I'm having a hard time
That's
reading.
why I put my glasses on. I was like, I can't see. I thought I was tired, and I'm like, no, you're not tired. You just can't see anything. You're squinting.
Must be the lighting in here. I was reading that John Danaher quote, and it's in italics. Like, man, I am going to fuck this up.
You did great.
Surprised I read that.
Perfect.
All right, let's move to some Ask the Nuts.
Thank you, sir.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Is Jackson MMA still a top gym?
Yeah, why not? I don't see why not. Who's beating him?
I don't know. TriStar.
Yeah.
I think it depends. I think Jackson's getting too big for his own bridges.
We don't see him anymore. When was the last time you saw him?
He's cornering. He's still cornering. I think he was cornering this event, actually. Arlovski.
Oh.
But I think they may have too many fighters in the stable. And we have too many. I don't think you can dedicate enough resources to each one individually.
No.
So, I mean, when you talk about champions, they don't even have a champ.
Not anymore.
You had Jon Jones, Holly Holm. Dodson was getting close, but not so much. Cowboy was getting close, but not so much. I don't know. I don't. And then it's like the good guy, Johnny Hendricks goes there. It's not successful. BJ Penn. Come on, if they were a top gym, those guys would be on top of their game, right?
Maybe. Maybe they're a clean gym.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if anybody can claim that. If you were running the UFC, how would you put it out of business?
How would I put it out of business?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an easy one. What I would do is I would take away even more of the fighters' rights. I would have more events, like a lot more, probably 3 a week. and I would have maybe 4. And then I would, what else would I do? I would bring in talent that's not talented and just keep making
a lot of Paige Van Zandt.
Make the roster like 800
all pretty
fighters, 900
and no
fighters.
skill.
Yep. I would do big blowout events that cost a lot of money to market but had very low star power.
Like 125 pounders headlining every event.
There you go.
Men, because the women would actually
there
sell.
you go. You thinking out with your brain now.
I would USADA everybody, so you wouldn't even have a fighter left on the roster. I almost think that what the UFC is doing right now is perfect because they're trying to put themselves out of business with USADA.
Slowly.
Let's get rid of Jon Jones. Fuck that guy. Let's get rid of I don't know, Anderson Silva. Next thing you know, oh, GSP just tested positive for something. Oh, Conor McGregor just tested positive. Just saying.
Saucy.
Brandon Mason asks, I know you guys didn't like the last 2 EA Sports UFC games, but do you think you'll be getting EA Sports UFC 3? And have you seen the trailers for the upcoming game?
If it's free, I'll play it for an hour or 2 and then I'll be done.
I'll get it for us for free.
Dude,
I'll get them to give us some free copies to give away to fans. Too.
Just don't understand. EA can make great soccer games. I haven't played on Madden, but I heard it's good.
Depends what
they can make good
making
basketball. But the fucking UFC game sucks. Why does it suck so bad?
Well, because they didn't take the blueprint that THQ laid down, even though they bought that from them. Like, take the code. They had a good blueprint.
They did.
Needed a couple tweaks. The game would have been perfect. And they had EA MMA. I never played it.
That was
with Randy Couture.
It's horrible. I couldn't. No. No thanks.
Again, it goes back to make it fun, make it a video game, not the most realistic thing in the fucking world.
Yep.
That's like a sim at that point. I don't want to play a sim. I want to play a button mashing, fuck people up kind of game. Yeah. Oh, you got a submission? I can hit my 2 buttons faster than yours. It's track and field, motherfucker.
Gotta get your wallet out.
Or a comb. Some people would comb it.
Yeah.
Some people would 4-finger it on each hand. I'm using 8 fingers, bitch. Or I would just hammer it with.
Yeah, that was me.
Get that rhythm going. I'll fucking dial up the main machine. We'll fucking go track and field right now. That's right. We're going to close it out. It's time. # nuts rule. # # Matt Rape Train, # Ingo Sugar Daddy. Would you rather have sex while Mike Goldberg stays in the room watching, makes the play-by-play, and when you are finished, he says, "And it's all over just like that"? Or have sex with someone that instead of moaning and saying sexy things, say the whole time talking like Mike Goldberg and have the same voice?
No, I got the first one. The second one is too weird. You know, because you could tune out Mike Goldberg if you're in the. You could totally tune him out.
Yeah, I want him calling it, but I want him like NBA jamming it. Said, "He's on fire! He delivers the facial! It's all over!" Like, oh yeah,
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Would you rather live in the Walking Dead universe or the Game of Thrones universe?
Oh, dude, Game of Thrones hands down. I'll fuck some shit up. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're gonna say.
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Harry Pussy.
But where? That too. But where would you live in the Game of Thrones? Because there's a lot of places you could live. Where are you gonna live?
The dragons. That's safest.
Daenerys?
Yeah.
Would you beat Jon Snow? Mm-hmm.
I'd beat his ass. I'd take over.
I wonder this Christmas how many Game of Thrones fans got like blonde wig Daenerys wigs for their wives. It's a thing. It is.
Is it?
Oh, it's a thing.
You have to look into this.
You could go all
Gotta do some research.
You could go all
report.
cosplay on this stuff, and it could be a thing. It could be quite interesting. But I would say that I think I would live in.
I don't like Cersei anymore that her hair got short.
Yeah, she used to be hot, and
Yeah.
now she's just bitter.
Yeah.
She became ugly as a character because she's just so bitter and mean.
Reminds me of someone.
Yeah? Really?
Someone
horrible.
you know.
That's horrible. I agree with you, actually. It's like it went from that to
Yeah,
this.
right?
I'm like, what happened? So ugly.
Anyway.
Shame. Shame. Maybe that's what did it. It's a shame. Oh my God. I'm going to hell. Now you know what I think? I would probably live on. I would probably live in Castle Black. I really would.
Where's that? Castle Black.
Castle Black. Castle Black. Castle Black. No. Castle Black.
What's that?
Castle Black.
You said it. I'm asking.
Castle Black.
What's that?
Castle Black. It's in the
Where?
north. The north.
Who lives there?
The Knights of the Black. Knights of the.
The blackest of black.
That's
What
right.
the hell is going on?
That's good.
I'm very confused.
Castle Black. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. You're the Castle Black.
Castle Black.
It's in the north.
It's in the north. It's
Is that
late.
the Siegfrieds and Roys?
That's a whole different thing. Is that a thing?
I don't
My
know.
brain's
Isn't
going
that
crazy.
the white wedding? The red wedding?
We're fucking it all up. Oh,
It'll
no.
all work out. Let's
We're
keep
like,
spewing
you guys
shit.
are horrible Game of Thrones fans.
Ah,
Hey,
we're the best,
we're
man.
the best ever. Castle Black. Castle Black.
Stop it. Fucking Castle Black.
I don't know. I just want to be there for the hairy pussy.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Would you rather live in a world ruled by cats or ruled by dogs?
Dogs, please.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Cats are
because
cunty.
I think I'm going to hate my ruler and I want to rise up against something. I feel like I want to rise up against the cat. I want to rise up against the dog.
Cats are strong as fuck, though. For their weight, they're like ants. We were just talking about this. They got strength, like the crazy, crazy ass strength, man.
They're retard straight.
Yes, they do. For the tiny little things they are, they're way more strong, powerful than a dog.
I don't know. Are they?
Yeah. The
God,
tiny.
some of those dogs are beefy as fuck,
No,
though.
yeah, but this tiny cat will fuck a dog up if it wants
I
to.
hate cats. I fucking
They're
hate
so
them with a
cunty.
passion.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They're like
You know
one
what the
of
best
those-
cat is?
A dead one.
Goddamn right.
Sorry, I do like cats, but they are
I don't like 'em.
cunty because like they're so like, oh, I love you, I hate you, and don't touch me. They turn their ass to you, and they're like, what the fuck? Like a dog will always be like, I love you, hi, thanks for coming over.
There's no consistency with
No,
a cat.
No, you don't know what you're getting.
A mixed bag.
It's interesting. It's like the female
Right.
population.
100%. Fuck, marry, kill, the Brazilian Celebrity Edition Part 2. I didn't know Charlize Theron was Brazilian.
Is she really? This makes a lot of sense.
Unless there's a different one.
Oh no, that's nice.
Nina Dobrev.
She's Brazilian. She doesn't have the Brazilian.
Well,
beauty.
maybe it's just who you chooses. Olivia Culpo.
Oh, what a nice smile there. Ooh, whoa, look at that. I'm going to have to marry that one. That is nice. I'm going to kill her, the middle one. Nina Dobrev. Too boring. Plus, up with the outfit?
I don't know. It's always hard to trying to find the closest body where you could see a good shot of their bodies and they look good.
Or at least their own. I feel like this would be good on paper, and then it wouldn't deliver in real life.
Well, I'm banking on her. I'm marrying that one.
Oh, yeah?
She's a moneymaker.
Oh, good point.
I don't know about these other two. This one, I think I'm with you. I think I'm killing Nina.
Boring.
And I'm wrecking Olivia's plumbing.
There you go. Because Nina has like the old lady curtain freaking swimsuit on. You know, like the
I don't care about
flower
that.
color. You know.
I think the midsection is not quite right here.
Okay. Maybe it's Photoshop.
Can't quite see what's. She's sucking it in, but I feel like hers is better. I feel like
Probably
it's better.
Got a little juice there.
That's what it's all about.
Booty juice.
Like knowledge. Knowledge-wise.
Not offhand, I do not. I'm trying to think.
The movies lately, I saw Spider-Man Homecoming. It was all right. They had to sucker Iron Man in to make that movie work.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the Spider-Man character. Not a fan. He's very indecisive, very pussy, very not sure of himself. And if I'm a support a superhero, he needs to be confident in his skills and his abilities.
Like James Bond?
Something like that. He's super confident, cocky. He's ball strong.
Nice.
It's like I should have those Lance Armstrong wrist things. Just ball strong.
There you go.
Could be our pound sign. Ball strong, ball strong.
You're looking for me to say something
Got anything
prophetic.
else?
I got nothing.
I
don't
just
know how
shut
to
down.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
Ball strong. That's it. Shut it down.
That's been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Growth. Facial plans.